Hey there, fans. I'm Drew Deitch with Fandom.com, and I'm here with Hoegee and Giles, the creative team behind the new Thunderbirds or Go. To get started off, this is a franchise that has been around half a century. Like, what was the feeling of responsibility like coming into it? Like, how much pressure was on your shoulders?
There was a tremendous amount of pressure. I mean, all eyes were on us for this, and there was, don't screw it up, don't screw it up. That's sort of the voice in the back of our heads the whole time. I mean, it is such a huge legacy. I mean, not only just, the entire sort of Anderson legacy is really something that we really were mindful of the whole thing, because this is a show that, in certain parts of the world, United Kingdom, Japan, other places that had this when it first came out. The United States, not quite as much, but I mean, this is as important to their life as like Star Trek or Star Wars is to people here in the United States. So it was something that really had to be taken, a really soft kind of touch, in terms of the decisions that we made throughout the process.
And when the creators, Jerry and Sylvia Anderson, made the original series, they were very much seen as having breaking new ground in terms of production.
Right.
In those days with the marionette puppets. They developed that technology with Supercar and Fireball XL5, Stingray, and then came Thunderbirds in 1965. And by that point, they had really mastered the use of the puppets. And I suppose in our remake, we wanted to break new ground in the same way as Jerry and Sylvia did 50 years ago. And so rather than make have a reinvention that was all CG, we thought, actually, why not mix media in a really inventive way? And in the same way as Jerry and Sylvia produced the series, have all our world and our backgrounds as models and miniatures, and replace the marionette puppets with really cutting-edge, sophisticated CGI characters. And so the marriage of the CG and the models and miniatures was one of the big production challenges, but is one of the aspects that give the show the visual aesthetic that makes it what it is and makes it really unique.
Well, talking about the production, I mean, you guys are working with Weta, like that's like the cream of the crop. What's that? What's that experience been like?
I think if you're gonna test a new boundary in terms of production technology, you only want to work with partners that are proven in that field. But also, most important for me, is you're working with partners that share the same passion and love for the property. And we knew that in Richard Taylor and his team at Weta, that Richard is on record as having been inspired by Thunderbirds as a child. For me, there's no better co-producer than someone who actually has that love for the show. That's what co-production is about. It's not about kind of making the business model work and then fitting the creative around it. It should always be driven by the kind of creative vision.
What was the challenge in trying to blend classic kind of stories and mythology and stuff, while also bringing something, what was the new twist that you wanted to try and bring to the property?
Well, there was a great sense of it was, let's not change the things that work. And a lot of the themes of selfless heroism and using cutting-edge technology and really having a future-forward-looking science fiction show in many ways was part of the DNA of this series that we absolutely could not change. Thunderbirds, as great as it is, the original series, is still very much a product of its time. In the 1960s, it was a very sort of distinctive era, and that show is in many ways a time capsule of that period. So
there's not a lot of cocktails.
There's not a lot of martinis. There's no handguns. There's no chain smoking. So we did sort of need to create a series that sort of reflected the sort of the expectations of what an animated show for kids is going to be in the year 2016. But still, I mean, there were so many things about it that worked. So we knew that we knew well enough to kind of leave that part alone.
What should fans be on the lookout for in the coming season? Without I know you guys can't get anything, or the snipers will come in and take you out. But
that's true.
Like, is there anything they should be on the lookout for that they might recognize?
Well, for the observant fan, almost every episode is going to have some sort of an Easter egg, some sort of a homage to the original series, whether it's a little prop in the corner, or a word or phrase or character name that might go in passing. But one thing that I'm really excited that we were able to do, which it's a blink or you'll miss it moment, but in an upcoming episode, keep a sharp eye out for a little live action hand-turning doorknob action in there. So
thank you so much for talking to us. Check out Thunderbirds Go.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.